of MLB breakout candidates that Jim Bowden's excited to scout in spring training, so we can show the list, and then let's just get a choice from each of you, please, because spring training's around the corner. We're also going to go over that crazy Winter League game from the other night, and there's a player on that list who I highlighted the other day in Junior Caminero, but we'll show more Junior in a little bit. But I'll read the list real quick. Michael Harris II, Junior Caminero, Lawrence Butler. Some of these guys have had like mini breakouts already. Obviously, Harris has had good years. Caminero's new to the party. Lawrence Butler was a stud in the second half of the season. Ceddanne Rafaela, Brian Wu, who's been really effective when he's been pitching. Just can he put together a full season? James Wood entering his first full season. Parker Meadows in the Tigers outfield. Nick Lodolo, can he stay on the mound? Jordan Walker is on this list, who really hasn't blossomed at all yet. Wyatt Langford, who showed us some good signs at the end of last year. He's got a Marlin on here. Connor Norby alert, who was involved in that trade with Trevor Rogers last year. And then Grant Holmes, who should be at the back end of the starting rotation for the Braves. They really like him. Okay, AJ, pick one from this list.
Okay, first of all, let me say this. Michael Harris II as your number one breakout. He's already broke out. He's already got a big deal. He's got an OPS plus in his career of 116. Where are we hung up, Jim? I love you, but what are we talking about? He's already broke out. Because he had a 99 OPS plus last year? I mean, come on. That's not a breakout. I mean, come on. I mean, his career OPS is 116, so I couldn't pick him because that seemed too obvious. Some of the other guys, Lawrence Butler had a great year last year. Ceddanne Rafaela has kind of had some ups and downs, but he plays so many dang positions, it's hard for him to get comfortable anywhere. But my guy is James Wood because he's going to get to play every day. He's 6'7". He's 22 years old. This guy did okay last year. He didn't do great. He did okay. He was a one-WAR player. He did all right in the big leagues last year. You know, he had an OPS plus. It wasn't great. He had an OPS last year of 781 in the big leagues last year. That's pretty good. So I think he's going to get 400, 500 at-bats this year. He had 295 last year. I think he's going to have an opportunity to be an absolute stud for the Washington Nationals and someone they can build their team around. And the best part of James Wood is he knows how to treat producer lady because he blew her off like Scott does all the time. So cheers to you, James Wood.
Oh, we've had him on. I don't know if we've had him on FT because I get confused with all of the shows I do. Did we have him on FT? No, we had him on Hachi on our baseball.
Claude chased him down in Palm Beach last year, and he gave her the old Heisman Trophy.
Maybe he thought she was asking for an autograph, and he was like, "Nah, I don't have time." No,
Claudia's least favorite player now.
Yep. Plus, he's in the Braves division.
He's nice. He's a big friendly giant. He's very shy. When we spoke to him, he was very shy. He is not only an enormous dude, super fast. Did you see the sprint speed? 85th percentile.
That's crazy.
For that size, that is special. So I like that pick. Kratz?
I'm going to go with Nick Lodolo. I was going to go with Ceddanne Rafaela because Pat thinks he's an MVP candidate. I don't agree with him. I just wanted to say that about Pat. Nick Lodolo. This guy, I think he's averaged like 10.7 strikeouts per 9. Last year it was down a little bit from there, but he dealt with a foot injury the entire offseason into the season that ended up lingering. And anybody that's dealt with feet injuries, plantar fasciitis, broken toes, that kind of stuff, play through it. You're just never quite there in that point. I talked to his pitching coach, Derek Johnson, and he said he has been healthy since the end of last season, going through an entire offseason. And this guy's potential has been through the roof. His angle that he throws from analytically is ridiculous. Hitters don't see it. Oh, and he's not afraid to go inside. He led the league 1 year, his rookie year, in hitting dudes. Last year, he was pretty close. He throws inside with that angle. He creates so much variance in his slider and his heater in. Guys just have a tough time seeing him. And I don't even want to say the H word, but when he gets 30 starts, the numbers he's going to put up are all-star caliber.
The H word.
Health.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the case with a few of these red starters. You're right. The back foot slider from Nick Lodolo. It's like, is that going to hit the foot or is it going to land in the zone? It's often producing some pretty nice swords.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the rest of this list, let's talk. Can we talk? I know we kind of bouncing around here, but can we talk about some of these other guys? Like Brian Wu, he's established already. That's why it's like breakout. Brian Wu's nasty when he has the H word, health. Parker Meadows was pretty good for Detroit. Now, Wyatt Langford's second half was really good. Connor Norby's going to get to play finally, so good for him. And then Jordan Walker's the one that I want to see what happens with him. Because the up and down, he hits too many balls on the ground. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. I mean, have the Cardinals ruined Jordan Walker? I know we've asked that, but like, what are they doing with him? Is he going to be? He needs to be a guy they say, go play right field every day, and we'll see what happens for 500 at bats. That's what the Cardinals need to do with Jordan Walker.
Okay. I'm glad you brought him up because you're right. A lot of players on this list have had some success already. And I think Bowden's referring to the fact that some of those guys could go to a star level. Then there's others who have barely touched the bigs. And then there's someone like Jordan Walker. I've been saying this through and through. Kratz, he's not an outfielder. He's not going to be an outfielder. And I think some guys are thrown in the outfield and it makes them so uncomfortable that it throws them off kilter. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I think
I'm trying to look up like the StatCast, the sprint speed and all that for him. He's no James Wood in the outfield.
Okay.
And it shows.
But look at a Cardinal outfielder. Was Matt Holliday an incredible outfielder? Listen, he's playing in the same organization. To me, you give this kid who is really his entire big league career, he's been a kid, just the vote of confidence that, yes, we're going to put you in left field. I want you to keep the ball in front of you. Don't let the balls get to the wall that shouldn't get to the wall. We're going to work all in front of you, and we're going to play really deep, and that's how we're going to help you out. And you know what? You're going to get 600 plate appearances. You're going to get them. Just pen them in. You're going to hit 7th until you start hitting better. Then you're going to get moved up in the order. And to me, ground balls, fly balls, oppo, pull, whatever, if he has the hit tool that made him an elite prospect, go let it play. This is the season. 600 at bat, 600 plate appearances, or nothing.
I mean, I'm looking at the sprint speed. It's actually better than I thought, 78, but it looks clunky when he's out there in the outfield. I don't know. For me, I'm going off eye tests more than anything, AJ. And it's not like you're hiding Jose Altuve in Houston.
Just let him hit. Let him hit. Figure it out.
But where?
You can always find a position.
Put him in the infield.
Okay, put him in DH. I know they have Contreras. Put him at first if you have to. Put him in left field. Whatever you got to do. Just you got to get this guy's bat in the lineup and see what you got. They've hyped this guy up for over a year now, a couple years now. They gave him a shot. He was doing okay. They sent him down, right? That messes with your head as a player, man. Just give this guy and say, you know what, Jordan? This is a rebuilding year. This is your year. Now, if he goes out and he hits 200 till in June, maybe send him down. But if he doesn't and he's doing okay, if he's doing just okay, let him sit there and take the next step and figure it out instead of worrying about, oh my gosh, when am I going to go to Memphis? I'm going to Memphis. If I don't get a hit, I'm going to Memphis. No, you're there all year, Jordan. Go figure it out.
Especially with his hit tool. Like, you're not sitting there going, this dude was just dropping tanks in the minor leagues. We got to call him up. They do that all the time and see how that works out. Like, guys fizzle. They get beaten by big league pitching. There is a aspect to wondering and looking over your shoulder. Am I going to play against this guy? Am I going to not play? Like, you gain a confidence. You become a leader in a clubhouse when you know you're in that lineup. Doesn't mean he's a 4-hitter right now. That's okay. Like, let him have success and then let him build on it. Let him permeate to the rest of that lineup. That's been the issue with a lot of that team, besides missing Yadier Molina, is nobody ever plays one position. So they never get comfortable. Oh, you're not playing today. You are playing today. You're pinch hitting. You went 3 for 4. Now you're pinch hitting the next day. You're playing center field. Oh, you want a gold glove. Now you're playing right field. Like, it's too much for a young player. Don't do that to young players. Do that to AJ when he's 38 and he signs as a 1-year free agent. Do that to Adam Frazier, who signs with the Pirates 1 year. Those are the guys you do it to, not 20-year-olds.
Yeah, it's clunky when you look at the roster still right now on Fangraphs. They've got, I mean, Wynn is at short. They've
Yep.
got Alec Burleson DH, first base Contreras, second base Donovan, Arenado's at third. Outfield is Nootbaar, Walker, and Victor Scott. And then Ivan Herrera as the catcher with Pajes backing him up with Gorman on the bench, Tommy Sagasi, who's young, and Michael Ciani, who's a really good defensive outfielder too. So it's like a bunch of here's how I look at it: auditioning. There's just like a lot of constant auditioning going on.
Let him go.
Yeah,
Cardinals aren't going to win this year anyways. They're not trying. They've said it. So let the young guys figure out what you got. Figure out some of those guys you name, Win, establish himself. Let some of the other guys see if Victor Scott, if he can do it, see who their catcher is going to be. What are you going to do with Nolan Arenado if he's there, right? Like, let the young guys go figure it out. And if the Cardinals, they don't work out, then the Cardinals will have to change their tune with Chaim Bloom at the head. But like this year, let them figure it out and see where they go. It might take off. Yeah. You never know.
I think they're going to be better than most people think because while they haven't been adding, I thought they were going to subtract, and they haven't really subtracted. Arenado's still there, Helsey's still there, Gray, Michaelis, etc. So I actually think they're going to be okay. No, playoff team, probably not, but I think they're going to be 500-ish, maybe a drop above. Yeah. Last word.
Real quick. Chaim Bloom, look what he did to the Red Sox minor league system. He's going to do that. He's already starting to do it. He's already starting to do hires. He's been in the front office. He's looking for that staff that's going to grow that minor league system. You have to get it through your head that it's okay to let some young guys right now establish themselves in the big leagues, because then they're going to continue to feed that big league team with those minor leaguers. That Chaim Bloom clearly did a great job in Boston, because look what they've got coming up now.
Yeah, he crushed it. They have high-end prospects. He absolutely crushed it. Underrated job there. They just didn't let him finish the job.